I mean, how many teams lose Tucker Kraft and then can have a second round pick, Luke Musgrave, who, albeit was surpassed quickly by Kraft, but it's not like he's not talented and can't pick up the passing aspect of Kraft. So you move him in, you're a pretty lucky team that you lose a guy like Kraft and you can put in a guy like Musgrave. You lose left guard for a little while, and you've got a first round pick. And Jordan Morgan, you can plug in there if they would
Yeah.
do that. They've got a lot of talent. They just haven't really figured out the right places for people. I still think they're messing around on the offensive line and not really finding their best five, and then they've made some really bad decisions, I think, and in how they're using some people. And so there's a lot of stuff to clean up. And this is LaFleur's on the hot seat in that regard. Like, he can't go 10-7, limp in as a wild card and lose, in the first round. I mean, they really need to win the division. They need to win a playoff game. They need to get to the NFC Championship at least, because this team's built for that. That's why they added Micah Parsons, because they thought that could be enough to take them to the Super Bowl.
So if they go 9-8, 10-7, they're one and done, realistic chance that Matt LaFleur could be fired?
The reason I can't predict it is because they've got a new president in, Ed Policy, and I don't know what his patience is going to be. This is his first year. Does he want to make that move in his first year? But I don't know how much longer they can keep waiting for things to turn around. And, I don't know if they would force him to make some changes on his staff or offensive staff or what. But they're just not a consistent offensive team, and they haven't been probably since the Philadelphia game last year when Jordan Love got hurt.
Yeah.
Since then, they've just not been a great
Week 1
offensive team. Yeah. They should be a lot better than they are.
Hey, I don't have it right in front of me, but McGinn on our season-ending pod when they lost to Philly in the playoffs last year, he broke it down. There aren't many coaches who last this long with their original team as a first-time head coach without getting to a Super Bowl. Like, the list is very short, right? And this is year 7, so that pressure it's real. I mean, but boy, these aren't questions that you want to be facing in November. Identity, like offensive line combinations. Do we want to be a running team? Or like, these are major questions. You think you got the 7 months over the offseason to sort this all out and know who you want to be. And now you don't have Tucker Kraft too. So how does that factor in to their search for an identity? And what do you expect Matt LaFleur to do? Do you think he takes your advice and hands the ball to Josh Jacobs and tries to force teams out of this?
I don't know. It's a mystery to me. They sometimes figure it out. Oh, they had a good thing going in 2023, at the end of 23, where they were in front of the curve every time they were facing a defense. Brian Flores threw everything at them in week 15 or 16, and they had an answer for everything. And now it just seems like the other teams have the answer, and they can't. As a sort of the way I equated it was, they seem to be, looking for cracks in the doorway of opposing defenses instead of just blowing through the door. Like, we're going to dictate to you what we're going to do. They seem to be waiting to see what the defense does, and then we'll react to that. And sometimes you just gotta dictate the terms. And I don't know that they do that very often.
And I don't understand it. Like, the constant shuffling on the offensive line. I don't know, man. Like, when you've covered this team way longer than me, when I was out there with you and they had, you just knew TJ Lang and Josh Sitton, play in, play out. They're going to be together. They're going to speak the same language. They're going to see stuff in front of them and react to it without needing to even talk to each other, even do like there's a value left tackle to right tackle to having 5 guys play together, drive to drive to drive. Why are they mixing it up so much? Why not just get 5 out there, stick with it?